Okay. Yes. Okay. We are on. It's off. All right. So that is well. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. I am super excited to be here, guys. It's just been like crazy. I'm going to go on to YouTube on my other page and so that I can see some of your questions. Hopefully I can see it. Unless it's not going to let me. um, there's a lot going on, and I am. It looks like I'm being a lot, just a lot of stuff. So um, I'm a bit upset, but at the same time, it's like this is part of it. This is what's happening. This is what's going to happen, and a lot of changes are being done and implemented on the slide, on the DL, and a lot of trickery. So I'm gonna wait for a few people to get in because I know that they're just getting this, but if you can, just share it on your end so that people who are supposed to come on for the live in the Indigo group can come here. Um, and like just to let others know, I do apologize for the delay. I mean, it's been delayed over an hour, and it's just ridiculous to me that I've been put through all of this through trickery. And I'll explain what that is because everybody else that I see is able to go on. There's no issue. I don't have an issue with my internet. I don't have an issue with connection or anything like that. And there's a lot of games being played, like as if there's issue with my internet connection. I keep getting that it's low, my low connection, which is so off the board. We've tested the connection, everything's on full. And so they switched me over to, instead of going live, to record. And I clicked on, okay, I'll go to record because it says record first and then if possible, they will switch me over to live. When I did that, I hope you guys can hear me. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I'm gonna, because I'm not seeing anything at all. Uh, okay. Hey, AJ. Hey. So, okay. So, all right. So it's, you guys can hear me. All right. Hey, AJ. So I'm just gonna do this video, and hopefully you guys can hear it, see it. You guys can chat with me below, because I will be looking at the chat, and you guys can talk with me there. And so, as I was explaining, it's just been a crazy moment of foolishness with Facebook. And so it's just thrown me off a little bit, guys. So I'm going to just talk this and clear the energy, and then we can get into a discussion. But I wanted to explain. I've been wanting to do this. I planned this. I think the next time, if anything, I am not going to post anything at all about when I'm coming on, what I'm doing, what topic we're talking about. I'm not going to do anything like that. I'll just pop on because they're watching, okay? And they're playing some serious games here. So they told me that it says that once I recorded live and then I hit to say keep, then the screen pops up and says, oh, unfortunately, it looks like you've been misusing the platform and you are blocked. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm just coming on to do a live, you know, and I'm following the steps that you stated. Y'all, I was just like furious. Like, I was just like, this is bull, you know, to be going through this. So anyways, I then tried it again, thinking something's wrong on my end, you know, blase, blase, blah. Did I do something? Did I hit something? No, to come to find out, no, this is just a way to stop you. And then I'm sending out complaints, and everything, and trying to figure out what's going on, trying to figure out a way, okay, let me do audio. Same bull. It will just linger and linger and linger and not connect me at all. And I'm like, this is audio, guys. This is audio. And it's just a bunch of foolishness, a bunch of hypocrisy, and just a way to like keep me not talking at all. So they're trying to shut me down, and they can't give a good explanation because there's no proof that I'm like overusing or misusing in any way. I'm not discussing anything that's harmful. It's all about spirituality. I mean, we're talking about how do you know you're powerful. Yesterday I spoke on a bit on Lord Ganesha, which is not copyrighted because it's a god, and they label it as that. It's within a religious form, and yeah, guys, I'm just mad. Hey, Leanne, thanks for subscribing. So that's what's happened. So I cannot do anything. I don't know. There's nothing to show me being blocked. Like you go into your dashboard, into the settings to show what the time period you're being blocked, like how many hours or whatever. There's nothing at all. There is nothing to say, oh, you're blocked because of da 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 da. Absolutely nothing at all. So once I'm seeing all this, and I'm just like, yeah, you guys are playing some serious, wicked, under, type of game, and I'm like done. I'm like so done, guys. I'm just like, I'm done. um, so let me just get over. I just want to make sure everybody in the tribe sees that I'm on. I just want to make sure they know that I'm on, and it's posted, and they just go and come on to the platform here, which I know it's just like, oh my gosh, we have to go through all this. I'm totally sorry. It's not my fault. Yeah, it's not my fault, guys. So, all right. So I am there. Okay. See, so Yana can get on nicely. All right. So I am checking everything, you guys. Hey guys. Okay, cool. So yeah, just chat with me in the live chat. I will be looking at it from time to time. So I'm super happy. We have the YouTube platform, the Hangout platform. So let's just like clear the energies. Okay, let's just come within. All right, now guys, I needed that. That I definitely needed. Hey, welcome everybody coming in. Hi Norma. Hi. Welcome everybody coming in. Welcome. Thank you for joining me here on YouTube. Last minute, but I totally appreciate it. So let's dive into this awesome topic, and I'm going to just give me 1 second because I'm going to go over and open up the tabs that I had earlier, because all kinds of like stuff, all my research and everything, and I close everything thinking it's on my end, but come to find out it's not. It's not my end. Um, so I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and let me just pull these up. Nope, that's me. Power. This guy keeps coming up. Power. go here. All right. Oh, here we go. One more. Nope, that's not it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, cool. So the question that we've been all right, cool. So the question that that I posted, how do you know that you are powerful? If you guys have like a paper and pen, you can take some notes, which is really cool. Take some notes. But the question is, how do you know you are powerful? And in order to know how do we know we are powerful, hey Natombi, hi. How do you know we are powerful, or how do you know you are powerful? We have to understand what the word power means, and understanding that word, power and powerful, helps us to give us a mapping of the direction we're going to go for where power lies and what power does and what it means to have power. So we are going to, let me just pull up the definition. Power as a noun means the ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or quality. This is according to the dictionary, dictionary.com. The power of speech, the power of movement, the power in order to do something, right? The ability to do something. As a verb, it talks about as supply, such as a device with mechanical or electrical energy. Or number two, move or travel with great speed or force, right? All this is important to look at. As a noun, one more thing as a noun, it also states the capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or the course of events, right? That's power. And it's really, really important to understand what it means. That's what power means as a noun and as a verb, right? It's ability to do something. It's an energy within that comes through that you're able to manipulate or move or change certain things or influence certain people or certain things. It's a force of energy, right? So how do we even go into understanding where and how this power lies? Well, power, this type of power in the human form is a power starts from within, right? Within the being, within the core. So that means that when we silence our mouth and we are speaking within, you can hear something else within speaking, right? So try that with me. I want you to go in, close your mouth, and just say your name within yourself. Just say your name. You're able to like say your name, right, without moving your mouth, but you can hear yourself. You can hear this inner voice state your name. So that tells you right there, okay, there's two different components right at this now moment happening, right? There's this physical being speaking on a physical plane, but when you shut it down, there's also another being speaking within, right? So then we're able to now dissect separate the two and see there's an outer and there's an inner. An outer and an inner, right? So with this outer, right, we can physically see our outer. We can physically see what our outer is, right? How it looks, how it feels, how it moves. You know, we know what our lips look like. We know what our eyes look like. We know what our eyebrows look like. We know what our hair looks like. We know every single thing on this outer. But a lot of us forget what we look on the inside, on the inner, this other part of us, right? And so when we look at that part, then you have to understand and or question, there's more going on here, right? These particular two components. There's more components, but I'm only looking at these two particular components in order to break down, how do we know you are powerful? How do you know you are powerful? Right? So I'm only looking at this so that others who are watching this will like, oh, there's more or whatever. I know that. But let's just look at and breaking it down, simplifying into two components, outer and inner, okay? We see the outer, but we don't see the inner. We don't understand the inner, or we don't remember the inner, right? This innate being, right? Because we just heard it by closing our mouth, stating our name. We just heard it. Obviously, we're not alone, right? So now that we have these two components and we understand, okay, so how does this particular energy move? Yes, we understand there's positives and negatives. There's magnetic and there's electric, right? Electrons, magnetics, neutrons. We can go on and understand ions and stuff like that within our body component of making this mechanism work, right? We understand that part. But how does it work? Remove all of that stuff. Remove this outer casing. How does it work? How does it move? How does it make this happen? There's another part going on. You may have all the ligaments and all the nervous system and everything, but there's this energy that makes it activate, that makes it move, that makes it have the flow that it has, right? It's just this small, but this small part is the most expansive part, it's the most important part, right? And this is now we're going into what power is. We're going into this particular force, this particular energy. So let's continue. Let's continue. All right. So I want us to look at the meaning of powerful according to the dictionary, which means powerful means having great power or strength, such as a fast or powerful car, right? So that's the other definition. So then now I want us to go in the inner power. What is the inner power? Because now that we have an outer power, there has to be an inner power. There's a force to seat within that ignites an inner power. So let's go into what that is and how that works and where does it stem from, right? This second component. So as we're awakening, as we're growing, as we're evolving, especially when we come onto the spiritual platform, the spiritual plane, we start to recognize other things. Our eyes start to expand and we're able to see that there's more going on. It's like a light bulb just turns on and now we can actually see more than we used to, right? Your personal inner power is a part of this process, right? This process of consciousness, right? This divine consciousness that's within, right? This eternal consciousness, right? And this eternal consciousness creates transforms the universe, preserves the universe, and everything within it. We are always creating, we're always utilizing this particular inner power to generate and to create and transform things every single moment that we are living, every single moment, every single thought that we focus on, right? So with that, your inner power, you're able to move and express yourself within your life, right? And also express yourself in front of loved ones, right? Or people that are close to you, your friends, coworkers, whoever it is, right? You're able to freely and feel this expression that you're able to do with this inner power. So inner power, when we have this inner power, it's almost like the spring that is rising up, like we talk about in Kundalini, this force of energy rising up through the spine of the being, through the casing of this being, rising, rising, rising. This power can be very powerful. It can be super fast, supernova like, of light speed, really expanding in its frequency. But in order to even allow that to happen, we have to understand why that happens. We have to understand the core of that, right, of where that's coming from. So we have to dive back into understanding power, right? Power is energy. Power is energy. This energy is like a seed. And when that seed is planted, it grows, it expands, it rises, right? It rises and is able to move along each part of our arms, our body, our mind, our eyes, every single thing that you can think of. Our power moves and generates and creates all the time, right? So I hope I haven't lost anyone on this. um, which is fine. It will go over some people's heads, and some people will get it. So, am I making sense to you guys? Just type it down. Let me know. I haven't lost you yet. um, just let me know in the chat box that this is what we're talking about today. So, how do you know? There's something into the eight. There's a knowingness that you know that there is power there. A lot of times we just have it sitting there dormant. We have it sitting there not even utilizing or even thought about. We don't really look into it. It's just something like, if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. But then we have also been programmed to think, you know, we are powerless. We don't have as much, or we're not supposed to have this type of power, or we're not supposed to have this type of. Oh, great, Natomi. Thank you, darling. Thank you. We're not supposed to have this power. We're not supposed to have this this quality, right? From the moment a lot of us have been either going to school or going to a religious factor or something like that. We've been told about, you know, I can talk on myself of pride, being too prideful, or you being too much, you know, too much of yourself. But what does that really mean? What does that really mean? Because a lot of words that are thrown around, being meek, being humble, a lot of kids, when they hear these things, feel like they're supposed to cower in. You know, they're not supposed to be themselves. They're supposed to be, you know, meek and mild, whatever that's supposed to mean, right? This solemnness, lower down type of being. But we're not supposed to. We weren't created that way. We weren't created that way at all. We were created to expand. We were created to lift, and we're created to move, right? And move in so many different directions: up, down, east, west, every diagonal situation, parallel, unparalleled, however we want to move and expand. That is the power that we have within us. So the more and more that you are told, you know, you're too arrogant, you're too prideful, You know, you need to be more humble. You need to be more meek. You know, meek are the children that come onto what God or whatever it is. That right there suppresses you. That's all meant to suppress, right? That keeps you at this particular platform of being only a certain way. And if you look at society, you see it everywhere. It doesn't matter. I'm not even talking about, oh, is she talking about being Christian or is she talking about being, I'm not talking about anyone. I'm looking at all perspective. In all perspectives, you can see it played out in front of you, in your community, how people act, how people move, how people communicate. There is this type of suppression. There are some that are to feed off of that and take from that energy and feed off of that, that I am here and you are there, where there is no such thing. Everyone's on an exact playing field, an exact platform. There is no such thing of you're up here, I'm down here. It's a narcissistic behavior, a narcissistic type of mind frame. And then that suppresses more people having this, okay, I'll be like everybody else on this platform. So you'll see people look the same, dress the same, do their haircut the same, do their makeup the same. You can go into different parts of the country, whether it's, I've traveled a lot of places, so you can see it. You know, there are some environments where the format of dressing is, you know, white sneakers, khaki pants, a polo shirt, and that's the uniform. You can go to another place and everybody's on this other format of, you know, track shoes, track shorts, track pants. That's it, right? You can go into another platform, GQ suits, all the way. That's the way. Everybody either has the same suit, the same black shoes, the same brown trench coat, you know, the same type of haircut. You can see this anywhere that you go. Why is that? And that's the question that we have to ask. Why is that? Why is that happening? You know, why do we fall into these, whether it's these categories, to be molded and manipulated, and no one is able to really shine the way they really to shine, or allow themselves to use the power that's their own power within to create something unique and beautiful and amazing, right? We create these so-called new type of cultures. But these particular cultures, whether it's a business culture or a school culture or whatever, has this basic uniform of everybody looking the same, everybody having the same hairstyle, the same look, the same feel, the same way they speak. Everybody speaks that same way. And so, is it their own power doing this? Or is that a suppression of power that someone says this has to be the way, and everybody follows that way without questioning, without standing and saying, this does not fit with me. I'm not like that. Why is that hard for us to even say, I'm not like that? That's not me. That's not my power. That's not how I move. You understand? So there's a whole lot of things I want us to factor in and I look at, because when you look in your own environment, it makes you question your own self of, am I being my truth? Am I being my uniqueness? Am I being my creative? Because all that is your power. All of that I'm stating is your power, your innate power. Your innate power is like a unique star in the universe. And every star in the universe is absolutely different on many. Each one has its own frequency, its own light, its own way of shining, its own way of expressing, right? Not every star is not the same. It doesn't look the same. It doesn't act the same. It doesn't operate the same. It doesn't shine the same, right? Every unique star is different in the universe. Why, therefore, are we trying to be all the same? Where is your unique star? Where is your innate power? So that's a question I'm going to leave you guys with. And so let's now dive into um, this other part that I have. So, so I want us to go into the various types of inner powers. Some of them I just spoke on. One that I really truly think is important is the power of willpower, right? Willpower. What does that mean? Willpower. That particular part within us where we have the freedom and the will to do as we desire to do, whether it's has a positive outcome or a negative outcome. It doesn't matter. You have that free will, that willpower to make things happen, right? That willpower to focus on it and say, I am going to do these things in order to get to the point where I want to get to. That willpower within. Also, another inner power is about concentration, about that focus that we give. When we set our mind, our intention on something, whether to manifest it and bring it to life, that takes an inner strength to look at what we're desiring, place our intention in it until it activates and generates and materializes on this platform. That power of concentration comes from within. It's not a physical thing. It's an inner thing. It's an inner power. Another power is self-discipline, right? Self-discipline is the same thing. I was talking about self-discipline. You're able to do what you have to do. Like you see, especially I look at sports athletes, like Floyd Mayweather. A great example to me when it comes to being focused and, self-discipline, that he is focused on what he wants to achieve, whether it's winning that particular fight, right? And the amount of training that he puts in, no matter what, putting aside his physical feelings of I'm tired, I'm sick, I don't feel like doing it today, I don't feel like eating that today, I don't feel like drinking that. He really puts in the work day in, day out, sticks to the regimen that's going to make him succeed, whether he wants to or not. Self-discipline is an inner power. That's not something physical. It transpires on a physical platform, but it starts inside. That willpower, that self-discipline, all those things come together to ignite the goal that you want to achieve, right? Another inner power is persistence. Uh, you see this with kids a lot when they want a toy, when they want something, there's this new game, and they're persistent. They're looking at it every single moment. They're saying to their mom or dad, this is what I want, this is what I want, can you get this, can you get this? Please, please, please. Persistent. They don't let up until they get it, right? We've all experienced that. And you give in. At some point, as a parent, you go to give in and be like, all right, I get it, right? But it's because of their persistence, the way they wanted to, the way they wanted to get it from their parents. They are like persistent on it. So that's a good example of persistence in play, right? Motivation. Um, Motivation, what motivates us, right? There's a goal at hand, there's a dream, whether it's you want something physical like a car or a house, right? A lot of times we'll map out what our dream is. Sometimes I'll do a vision board or a dream board, and I'll post up some of the things that I desire. right? That's going to motivate me to get it. I'll write it down. Like um, I have my book here, right, with all the things that I'm mapping out. Like, if you can see, right, oops, some of the stuff that I mapped out, right, and just keep writing. I keep that with me. Every single thing that I desire is in this, right? This is the goal, and I buy one every year. Every year I do that. So now that 2018 is upon us, I really highly encourage you guys to write down your goals, map out your plan, and be motivated. Some people have that motivation of they want to lose weight, right? They're going to do what they have, or they have an ideal look that that they want to achieve, and they'll post it up. They'll have it in front of them at all times, and they'll refer to it to remind them, hey, this is what I want to achieve. And that's a motivation. These things that I'm listing out is all inner. It's all about your inner power, right? Ambition. Another one which is really big, and some people did not discuss this, is your peace of mind, right? That tranquility. A lot of us want to have peace of mind, have that sense of um, tranquility, right, in our lives, right, within ourselves, and how do we get to that? A lot of times we go within. Some either pray, some chant, some do affirmations or mantras, do yoga, some type of exercise, something that helps them to calm the nervous system down, calm the mind down, and in order to experience this particular type of tranquility, this type of peace of mind, right? Even if it's just for a few moments. But where does that start from? Within. That starts from within. Everything of that I've listed out so far all comes from that within, that power within. So that's another one that I want to talk about. And these are some of the things that we look at and we are around every single day. That's a part of us every single day, but we choose not to utilize it, or, really focus on it for whatever reason. It becomes kind of dormant and doesn't have that electricity of power that it would have, say, when you were once a kid, that electrifying power. And then the other power that I want to talk about is um, this force, this other part of force of moving, right? You can manipulate and move, and utilize the energy in another way, right? Understanding that the flow of energy from the right side of the body goes out, and flow of energy coming in comes in through the receiving side of the left part of your body, right? And knowing how to move those two, right? And understanding when this force comes through, that also is igniting coming from your pineal and your pituitary, your third eye, right? Coming also from your chakras, the alignment and current flow of your chakras, the alignment of the aura that's around you, that clear, crystalline aura that's around you. These forces that is around this being, right, is a part of the spirit that's within you and outside of you, right? Because this particular casing cannot hold that being all the way through. It's so expansive. There's only one part of itself within here, and the other part expands out. And it has to, because we're all huge beings of light, walking beings of light, I like to say. So that's a power, and understanding that. How do you understand that particular power? Is by doing some of the simplest things that I just stated, of going within, whether it's meditation, whether it's willpower, concentration, uh, and so forth, of really going in and working through and practicing. All of this comes through practice. All of this comes through the desire to practice in order to really build up that inner power, that inner force, right? And acknowledging it. A lot of times we don't believe, like I've done this before, close the mouth, just say your name. Some will still not believe that's their inner self, inner higher self connecting with them, right? It's just right there. Who is that? Who is that speaking to me? Which part of me is that, right? It's not right here. It's beyond that. Um, and so the more that we do it, the more that we're going to align, the more that we are going to open up the vastness of the chakras, right? Open up the wheels, expand those wheels in order to fully connect with our true higher self. And that is our true power within. So I highly encourage you guys to practice every single day of these little things, whether it's meditation, whether it's yoga, whether it's, practicing concentration, practicing willpower, practicing self-discipline, right? I'm not going to take in certain foods in order to clear this vessel to be more of a light frequency, right? Anything that's needed to do to help yourself align all the way correctly, right? In with fusion to ignite or expand the power within. It's there, everybody has it, not everybody uses it, not everybody aligns with it. And so I encourage you to align with it. I encourage you to lift up yourself and align with the inner power that belongs to you. Any questions, please type away. This has been awesome. I'm super excited just to share that with you guys and start that process of aligning and understanding. How do you know you're powerful? It's a part of you. As we just saw, this is a part of you. No matter what, it's within. And stepping forward to leap into your power is going to take you through a rabbit hole, right? But you're not going to hurt yourself. It's more of falling and allowing in order to lift back up, right? In order to shoot back up. You've got to fall in order to rise up, right? So that's how power works, in inner power, right? You've got to take a step and tumble into it in order to rise up and levitate out of it, right? To levitate through it. Hey, Alicia. Thank you. Any questions, guys? I am looking at the live chat, so if you have any questions, please leave it, type it away, and I'll answer while I'm on here. And I'm also going to upload this so that those that missed it can get it, can watch it as well. I am missing a whole bunch of people today. Oh wow. Someone else is going through the same problems of being kicked out. Wow. No questions? Everyone got this? I'm going to give it a few more minutes. Oh, hey, Alicia. You just had a reading. I have some chakra work to do. She stated, right? Cleansing. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm putting together a workshop on the chakras. It's going to be like a full year of a workshop, like because we're going to go through a lot of the chakras. So I'm working on that to launch it next year. I'm super excited about it. Doing the cleansing yourself. I mean, one of the simplest ways is just opening up your chakras and doing some breathing work, and then and focusing and clearing, and then sealing up your chakras. So you'll go through your root chakra all the way up to your crown chakra and do that. Oh, really? 100? Wow. Nah, no, no, no. I don't knock nobody's hustle, but per chakra. Oh. Um. Yeah, that's a little. That's a little. That I never heard that before. I'll just say it like that. There's another way. So if you want to wait until I launch this, which is not, I'll show you how to do it and do it properly. I'm not going to do it today in this. It's just not the platform for it. But I will do a. I will be. I'm putting together those classes so that you can learn about it. You got to learn your chakras. You got to learn in order to know how to clear it. I think that's what she probably has the knowledge of knowing how to clear it, but not stating to you how to do it. My whole thing is I want to show you how to, want to show you, but I also want to teach you about your chakras and really understand your chakras and what it's all about. It's not just a bunch of wheels spinning and that's it. There's more to it than that. There's so much more that a lot of people are not going to share that information, but I'm sharing it in the classes. Um, that inner voice that can. Hi, Natombi. You said, that inner voice that can sometimes be negative. Which part of ourself is that? Okay, so I mean, it's part of you. It's all of yourself. You have a negative and a positive. Everybody does, or else we wouldn't be here, right? Um, and so that one, you just have to learn how to put that one more on pause. And if you know it's negative, knowing that you put it at bay and say, you're being negative right now, and I'm not going to listen because you tell me if that makes sense to you. And obviously it doesn't make sense, so I'm not going to listen. I don't know why you're coming up with that. And then also to check yourself and make sure that part of you is that negative part would be ego, is what it would be. That's your ego. That's your ego coming through. When you're positive and of light, you're coming out of the heart space of the heart chakra of love, right? So that's how you can tell. I'll just say it that way. It's much more easier than me going through the whole logistics. Negative side, that's ego. Positive side is heart chakra coming out of love. Because that really affects power. Yeah, you gotta know about your ego. Gotta put your ego in check. Okay, Alicia, cool. Yeah, just like I will, if you're on my mailing list on najaamlee.com, just go there for now. If you are, I'm not sure if you are, but if you're not on it, just subscribe to najaamlee.com. And then what I'll do is when it's ready to launch and the cart opens, I'll send you, everyone on that list will get emails about the cart opening and where to go and stuff like that. Yeah. I hope I didn't miss anyone. AJ, you had a light bulb go off. Yeah. Does that make sense to you, Natondi? Like, that's just the ego. The negative side is the ego, positive side is heart chakra. So that will totally help you to decipher when it comes through, because um, yeah, ego mostly is what we've been listening to for a very long time in this human platform, and so what we're trying to do is get back to heart chakra, and through heart chakra you can absolutely decipher clearly. Okay, cool, Alicia. Thank you. Yeah, go there, subscribe, and so that you can get the info when we launch. Okay. Okay, cool, Natombi. Yeah, that's how we're, girl, we are all, you know, I'm not left out of that either. I'm still working. Okay, so I'm going to close this out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am going to, as I said, go do this, do an edit, and put this up so that you guys can rewatch it. And I'll also put it in the Indigo 11 tribe, and they can watch it as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.